Hey guys, and welcome to your daily mobility flow. We are back with the coffee. We're back in the morning. Video goes out today. Well, today for me, you may be watching this on a different day, but either way, we're back on our routine. So we're gonna start laying belly down. We're gonna do a little like back and forth downward dog, combined with some what I like to call seals, because it looks like a seal bouncing a ball on his nose. So we'll press up. This is actually a cobra stretch. Come back down, we're gonna press up into a downward dog. Start kind of light. And just kind of get in the groove. Almost consider this your warm up. Just kind of hinge back and forth. Feel free to play around in your positions, like when I downward dog. I like to get a little calf rock on both sides sometimes. Turn it into a little more extra calf stretch. A couple more reps. Triceps are getting tired. One more. And from here, this downward dog, let's walk it in inchworm style. Walk it all the way in. Good. And then we're gonna drop down to the bottom of a squat. And we'll start kind of working your knees apart. It's okay if you're on the balls of your feet at the moment. You don't have to be like perfectly sit back on your heels. Just opening the hips. We're trying to get the knees to go away from each other. All right, we're gonna transition this straight down. Knees down, we're gonna frog it a little bit. So let those knees slide out on you. Up just a touch. You sit back, and then I like to walk my hands out forward and let my hips sink down. I'm just gonna work that back and forth, stretching out your groin, your hips. All right, let's flip it the other side of the hip. So we're working on the knees going away from the midline. Now we're gonna cross the knee across the midline into a pigeon. We'll square up over that knee and we're gonna hang here for about a minute. So we won't rock back and forth, no pigeon switches for this. Just a good opener. I like to think of stretching as patterning. And what we're doing is chasing patterns. So when we think about like stretching our groin, it's not so much like the muscle or the musculature that we're chasing. We're like looking for range of motion and action to open up the hip. Same as a pigeon. Like, yeah, we're stretching the glutes, but it's not really that simple. There's a lot of other muscles. Your body is more complex than this like singular muscle idea. Stretch your hamstrings, stretch your quads. There's a lot of different variables, not only in musculature, switch, but tendons and ligaments, those are getting pulled on. as well. You know, tissues, fascia. So it tends to be for athletes, for active people, much better to focus on motion and necessary range more than just stretching a muscle, because you can have too much range of motion. That does exist. Mobility and stability are opposites. You know, think about like a door on hinges. If those hinges get rusted, the door doesn't shut very well. The door has lost some mobility because it has become overstable. It's stuck. The opposite end of that spectrum is if the screws start coming out of the hinges and the hinge starts falling off the wall. The door now has more mobility. Let's go back to that first side. We're gonna hit both these sides twice. The door now has more mobility because the hinge is coming off the wall, but that's not its job. You know, its job is to hinge, not to rock. So it's lost some stability and gained mobility. It's, you know, your joints are not that different from this analogy of the door, in that the goal is to have the right amount of mobility and the right amount of stability at every joint, which is why I'm not a huge fan, switch, last one, of just passively throwing stretches at people. I think you should move while you stretch. I think you should kind of feel where you're going, chase different ranges, different motions, find different lines of the muscle fibers even. But there should always be an element of stability in your mobilization. At least if you want, you know, a healthy, strong, fit body, not just passive mobility at the end of the day. All right, let's swing it out into a lunge and do a little perfect stretch today. Some people call this world's greatest stretch. Some people call it perfect stretch. There's lots of variations of it as well. We'll just kind of roll through some different things, but feel free to play around during this time with like some different movement patterns. We're gonna drop your chest down towards the ground. So my elbows are on the inside of my knee. Chest is going down. And then I'm gonna take, this is my right leg, this is my right hand. I'm gonna open up, a little T-spine rotation. I'm gonna rock back and stretch the hamstring. So I'm leaning over that straight knee to find my hamstrings, while putting a little bit of pressure on my back foot to get a little foot and ankle stretch. And then we're gonna switch. I'm gonna do this the lazy way. Just rock from one side to the other. So chest down, open up, rock back. I'm gonna show you on this next one a couple of other variations you can start adding in. Oh, this one's tight. Okay, so let's switch sides. We'll go chest down this time. Then we're gonna rise chest up. You can rotate over this top knee. Rock back. Switch sides. So that same thing we just did on the other side. Chest down. Chest up. Rotate over the top knee. Rock back. All right. One more time. Let's do all of it. Chest down. Open up. Chest up. Rotate over. Rock back. Switch sides, chest down. Open up. Chest up. Rotate over. rock back. And that is your daily mobility flow. Thanks for being here. If you're still listening to me talk at the moment, you're why I make these videos. Lots of other people see them, shorter periods of time or bits and pieces, or they scrub. But if you were here for the whole thing, I appreciate you greatly. Leave me a comment so I can say thank you. And I will see you guys, well, new video Saturday. Later.